Booyah! Tippy time, my damies, and welcome to episode 18 of Reviewedly Interrupted. I'm talking a little louder because I've noticed that the sound on my phone is pretty quiet when I do these videos. And even though I crank it in like post-production, the app I use to put all this shit together, if I talk just a little louder and not mumble so much and everything, it might carry a little better. I'm not yelling at you. Not yet. Not until you fuck up. So just keep your shit straight. Episode 18, Reviewedly Interrupted. Gonna be doing this movie Lung. Know very little about it. Did a little digging to find some shit out because when I was getting the links to post with the video to go check out, I was like, why is Lung not popping up, but Lung 2 keeps popping up for stuff? And basically, I guess Lung and Lung 2 are the same fucking movie. I don't know. Like the discs, like disc 1 is the Lung 2 feature film with extras. And then disc 2 is Lung 1 feature film. So I don't know if maybe 1 is like, it doesn't give different run times for them. So I don't know if 1 is just like a different cut or maybe like a somewhat different version. No, they have the same runtime, so it wouldn't even be a different version. I don't fucking know. I know very little about this. The only info I could really find, because I didn't dig super deep. It's not worth it. I'm gonna watch it. If I want to know more about it, I'll know more about it. But basically, mostly the information that I could find was just the brief synopsis that's on the back here. A nameless man wanders the city littered with necrotic artifacts and a trail of corpses. Are his grotesque hallucinations clues to a violent past? Or are they premonitions? I guess I'll find out. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nutty. It looks like it's in black and white, and it's got all this goofy shit. There's like a severed head. It looks like it's gonna be like maybe I don't know, a little more fucked up Eraserhead in a way, maybe, which is pretty cool. And I don't know, this guy's done some other movies. This is pretty good. I'll track down some of his other shit, like Flowers. It said that Flowers was an award-winning cult favorite. So, well, maybe I'll track that one down and check it out. It's like I like finding odd shit about this, like odd shit like this, because it's like there's not a whole lot of fucking info online about it, and it's like, I've never heard about it, like, ever. I don't think. And to stumble across it, it's like, cool, maybe I found some like neat little fucking dealio that's a little little more cult, a little more unknown. It's always kind of neat to stumble across that kind of shit, and it's like not just unknown, but like pretty good and everything. Although it's fun to stumble across like trashy shit that nobody knows about. You geeks out there know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think this was one of the movies I picked up. There was like a sale from some site that was like, fucking, get up to 15 DVDs or whatever for like so much. It was like a really cheap price. It was like they're like cleaning house, I guess, or something. And this was one of them, and I was like, all right, yeah. Got some other pretty cool shit from there too. Some stuff that's just like so schlocky, very low budget and everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna give this a watch. There's not really a lot I can say yet because, like I said, I really don't know much about it. This isn't something I've heard of before. It's like even in my movie groups that I'm in on Facebook, I haven't really. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. So it's like, it'd be kind of cool. I'm jumping into something a little different here. So, yeah, yeah. Set my coffee down. I had to set my coffee down. But yeah, so I'm gonna go bust into this Lung/Lung 2. I don't know. I'll end up having to watch both maybe and seeing what's up. I don't know. He's got a couple short films on here. Those might be cool. Maybe check those out. Maybe, but yeah, Lung and Lung 2. I don't know if I should pop in Lung or Lung 2. If it fucking matters, if they're gonna be the same movie, I don't know. I don't know if I should. Maybe I'll just go with Lung 2. I'm gonna go with like Lung 2, just because that's the one that pops up and everything and blah blah blah. And then later I'll check out Lung and see like if there's any differences or what. I don't know. Maybe there's differences. So I'm gonna go watch the Lung Watch from Unearthed Films. Maybe I'll put some. Maybe I'll go put their links to Unearthed Films for more people that, you know, some of the people in my groups know about the Unearthed Films and everything, because, you know, we like to find just out of the way shit. But like, you know, for other people that are maybe looking for something different, just want to find some shit that like totally unique, totally original, probably low budget, probably independent, probably definitely, but just wanting to see something different, you know. Places like Unearthed Films will bust that shit out, and it's pretty cool. All right, so I'll be back in a little while, and you and I can hang out again, and then I can actually maybe get into in depth in Lung. Call me down on the penny sty, Lung. Well, holy bud balls. This movie was pretty weird, pretty strange. Very gory, very different. Very, very different. It's like, almost like, what if Cronenberg, David Lynch, what was that, like Olaf Ittenbach or whatever, all got together and decided to make like a low budget shot on video film. You know, it's like it's at least it's one of those ones that's trippy where it's like you're not quite sure you understand or whatever, or like really what's going on, you know. And some of them do that, and then all the way through the end, where even at the end you're like, I tried to understand it, but I really just have no fucking clue what that was about whatsoever. Like, for real. Like there might have been a point, but like it just, for me, over my head. This one does wrap it up at the end and be like, okay, it's still like a little bit of trying to figure some shit out, which maybe watching it with the director commentary will help with that. But like, it did kind of wrap it up and explain some stuff. And it's like, oh, and then other stuff you can kind of infer like later, I guess. I don't know. But like, it definitely, you know, had the surreal atmosphere. There was like minimal dialogue. The dialogue that was in there, it was like unintelligible. Other than that, and that was just like little tiny bits. For the rest of the movie, there was just like no talking, you know. So it's like it had some elements of like, you know, Eraserhead with the Lynchian thing, where it was just like really out of sorts. It's not really post-apocalyptic. You know, it's like at first I thought it might have been a little post-apocalyptic, but not post-apocalyptic at all. But it had that Eraserhead vibe. You know, the black and white helped with that. And plus just like the weirdness, you know, where things are kind of disjointed. And see, the thing with dialogue is we do usually take dialogue, you know, even if I'm watching, you know, Takashi Miike and it's got, you know, subtitles. Dialogue helps like us, the outsiders, get more into like what the story's about. It tells us a lot. It moves the momentum of the plot and gives us stuff, you know. And when you take that out, it's like it just opens it up to a lot of interpretation, especially with a film like this. You could do like a straightforward film where it's like straightforward stuff happening, you know, not surrealistic at all, but very realistic and no dialogue, and get what the fuck's going on, like, for the most part. But as soon as you take speech out, it really, really does just kind of like open up like perspective a little bit. Like, this could actually mean this and that, because we like speech is a big, big part of how we understand what the fuck's going on. And I like that it does that. I mean, the gore is like fucking crazy, you know? So it's like, that's where like the Ittenbach comes in, you know, where it's like, it's just a lot of like, just gore. At one part he's just chopping up body parts, a lot of blood and gashes and stuff. And then the Cronenberg, just because of like the body horror element, you know? It's like, there's some like really weird psychosexual, weird melty body part stuff. And it's like, yeah, it kind of packs a lot into it. But then like, you know, at the end when it kind of wraps up, like, and kind of tells like, okay, well, you know, this is what's going on, because motherfucker found his old lady having an affair with some other chick, and he like killed them and tried to kill him. He tried to kill himself by dropping a TV on his head, which I think is actually pretty goddamn funny. So I think like, maybe intentional, but a little bit of a comedic element in there just thrown in, which is kind of like funny. Like, that's how you decide to commit suicide? You're going to drop a TV on your head? Well, all right. I can see why your old lady was probably messing around on you. You don't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed. It's like, I saw Henry Porter of a serial killer, and he killed him with a TV, and that worked. They plugged it in. I get that the TV was plugged in when you dropped it on your head, but that was also a movie. And then you're also a movie. Well, what have we gotten ourselves into here? But like, I don't know, I dug it, and I do want to watch, like, I was gonna watch the making of, but I feel like that would open up more to like what the fuck this shit's about. You know, that'd be pretty cool. And checking out Lung 1 feature film and seeing if like there is any differences and stuff. I haven't done that yet. But I will. I plan on it, because I am one of those motherfuckers that's like, well, I gotta check out all the shit on this shit so I can know as much as I can about it, I guess. And it's like, I don't know. I definitely want to check out his Flowers. I definitely want to check out some of his other shit, because if he's gonna do like weird, like surrealistic, just crazy shit, then it's like, I'm down. Add some of that in there. I mean, fuck, dude. I got like the Phantasm series. I'm looking at the Phantasm series. CMMs, M's, and M's. And we need more M's in languages. No, we don't. That would be horrible. But, you know, Phantasm. I got fucking, you know, all the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Streets and all that kind of shit. You know, this straightforward, like, classic and just straightforward horror. You know, and like watching something that's a little surrealistic and different, just to kind of like, you know, go a little avant-garde with it, is kind of fun, because, you know, like a whole palette of like horror films out there. Why just choose like one or two colors? Why not just paint with all the colors on your palette? I don't know how many colors you can fit on a palette. I don't know. Is it like Crayola? Like, can you fit like, what is that, 64? What, wasn't there like an 82 or 80 something or 90 something? It was like 96, and there was like 128. Can you do 128 colors on the palette? Maybe if you like made it to where you could stick crayons on like pins that were sticking through it, and maybe your palette was just crayons. But I don't know about paint. I think it takes more space, and that'd be a big palette, and that might be unwieldy, and that might not be very, very fun. Maybe if you set it up on like a, you know, like a conductor's thing, and you set up like your palette there, and you're like paint. I don't know. Well, it would have to be on the side, right? Yeah, it'd probably have to be on the side. You get the color, and then you do the thing. You get the color, and you do the thing, and you could have like a whole bunch of them and stuff. People probably do that, right? I don't know. I'm not thinking of anything new. I really don't think I'm being revolutionary here. I'm pretty sure somebody has probably done that, because it just makes too much sense. Maybe the way I got there was a little weird, but that's okay. Just like this movie. It gets there to like what the fuck the movie's about, but it takes weird little turns. I do like how it's just in black and white, just totally gory. And it's like, it is low budget, it is independent, it is shot on video, which is pretty cool. You know, it's like, I don't know, there's like full frontal male nudity in it. I was just like, all right, so that guy's just naked in a room where there's blood everywhere, and he's just gonna like roll around naked and shit. I guess we're going that way with it. And it's like, I don't know, it's just definitely, you could tell he was trying to do something. He was trying to do something unique, you know, with the film. Like he really wanted to make something different and unique that would kind of like stand out, but not in a pretentious way, in a really like nice fucking, I don't know, just a nice like real ode to like, you know, I need to watch the commentary to see what his like inspirations were. Like I said, I saw like Ittenbach. I almost wanted to at first say Fulci, but then like it got like really brutal later on, but it still like kind of had that vibe too. And then definitely like Cronenberg and David Lynch and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, all those thrown together made something like pretty cool and unique, you know. And I recommend it to anybody out there who wants to watch something very different. You know, it's like if you've ever, like I'll be doing the movie Saint Bernard, but that Gabe Bartalos did, like I'll be doing that down the road. And it's like kind of like that, where it's just like, okay. But next episode, I'll be doing a movie that if you've seen it, you've probably forgotten about it. And if you haven't seen it, you probably don't even remember hearing about it. It went largely under the radar, but I found to be a very solid flick. And I even like watching the special feature, which is the original version, which was shot before it got a bigger budget. The Gallows from Blumhouse. Yes, this was actually pretty cool. I liked it. You know, it was really creepy, and just the way it was done, and then how the plot unfolds. Like I was hoping for a sequel. It's totally open for a sequel. I mean, this movie's basically set up for a franchise. You know, it doesn't have to be a big franchise, but I could see getting a trilogy at least out of this fucking movie. I'll be doing that next time. But Lung, definitely, like if you're into weird, different, and it's like, you know, you don't mind gore thrown in there, some psychosexual, weird Cronenberg shit, everything else, definitely check out Lung. And if that just sounds absolutely fucking horrible to you, you're not going to like this movie. I'm telling you right now, if any part of that sounds just like retarded and you're like, I don't want to do that, then you're not going to want to sit through this entire movie and you're going to think it's shit. But, you know, I liked it. And, yeah, I'm glad I stumbled across this. Lung/Lung2/Lung. All right. This has been Reviewedly Interrupted with me, your host, Pootie Tang, and Lung. All right. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Kappa Chow. Lung, dude. Fucking Lung. Oh, yeah, bro. Lung.